the results are in. And I was trying to think of a clever way to tell you which name had been picked, but you know, nothing came to mind. Ow. Okay, so yeah, you know my sense of humor by now. So the stash was indeed the top pick of the poll, but it wasn't by much. It was only by 1 percentage point. The stash came in at 32%, and the green zone was a very, very, very close second at 31%. Thanks to my cousin Rob for submitting the green zone, because sorry you didn't win, but the stash is a winner. I like the name, in fact. I also think it's appropriate because that was suggested by 3 of you in the comments. The other honorable mentions here: Clutter's Last Stand had 12%, Human Resources had 9%, and Resource had 16%. So, and again, thank you to all of you who submitted name ideas. And I gotta say, I'm happy with the stash. I think it fits, it's punchy. I guess still got some of that stash on my face. It also lends itself to some creative iconography, which I will use. So give me a couple weeks to put together the signage that's going to go back here on the wall with the official name of the stash, as well as a record of all of the names that were contributed in the process. So got something in mind for that. This has served its purpose. An old sock and some double stick tape. So we're on the other side of the fence, because actually Gary wanted to show me the wall and roof that he's made from the stuff that I handed over the fence to him. Howdy ho, neighbor.
Oh, hey Tom. Just working on my metal that I got out of the barrel that was wasting away, and I'm finding good stuff. Need a piece of a leaf spring?
Oh, maybe.
We have some weldable things, and I have a multitude of old lawnmower blades that no telling what our creative minds can come up with.
Well, they can be made into knives, because that's usually hardened steel. And, ooh, don't get me started. So this is the wall you've made with the pallets that I handed over the fence to you.
Right, the upper levels are the 3 pallets that you gave me and got me almost to the ground, and then I had some 2x stuff that I put in. And then the roofing, of course, came from your Hoard or supply house.
That's right.
So I now have, instead of my metal wasting away in a barrel with rain coming in and rusting, I now have it sorted so I can use it and somewhat protected. Other places to stash my other stuff, so I'm really pleased as it's coming along. There's more to be done, but I think it's off to a great start.
Yeah, it looks amazing. I'm happy to have been at least the supply for this.
If you hadn't been the supply, it wouldn't have been here at this point.
Okay, good.
So we're way ahead of the game of where I would have been without the stuff you gave me.
Gary came in, stuck his head over the fence, and told me to come take a look at this. Gary, you gotta tell him what you told me. What are you calling this?
Well, with fears of plagiarism and other kinds of things, my wife had a name for it, but I decided on the stash.
The stash. Now, he told me he was going to call it the stash before I told him that you all voted to call mine the stash. So
you can be Stash East and I'll be Stash West.
And you know what? The stashes connect. The stashes connect, though. That's the thing, is the one stash builds another. I'm happy to see this accomplishment, and I'm glad that some of the materials that came out of my stash are now part of yours.
I just hope these precious treasures do not attract unsavory characters.
Well, they've attracted 2, so any more, maybe more unsavory characters. So, well, good. Well, maybe some future collaborations. I do see some materials in here that could be quite useful.
I think so, and you're welcome to them.
All right. Well, thank you very much for the tour of the stash,
and thank you for your quartermaster participation.
All right, thanks, Gary. We'll see you next time.
Okay, Tom, thanks.
So my project to finish is the wall behind me, and you may notice that I've got two colors of gray, one that's a lot darker. That lighter gray was just too light, so I darkened that color. And then Gina, you had pointed out that the paint on the wall kind of took away a lot of the cool definition of the wall itself, of the panels. And so I actually went in, what you're seeing there is the darker gray. Actually, there's some example of it down there. So here's the original gray that's lighter. Then I've got the darker gray here. And then you can see here how I've added in an accent gray in the lines and the screw heads, just to give this wall that texture that was really cool when we first put it together. Alright, so I'm going to finish this up real quick, and then I'm going to build my window. So for the window, I'm using a piece of shower glass, and I'm going to do a small blue accent part of that window with some of the blue plexiglass that you saw me putting into the pile a couple weeks ago. Yeah, I know it looks a little patchy right now, but that lighter gray is actually the same color as that darker gray. When the paint dries, it darkens. It's called drying down. It's something that I've learned through my years of working with print and printing. Your ink colors always darken a little bit when they dry. Of course, it's still wet and shiny too, so here you can see it's mostly dry and the color has evened out. Alright, so now I'm going to start on the window. I'm going to use some tough board, some plastic wood for the framing of it. And the window itself is going to be a piece of shower glass that is salvaged from a shower in my old house. In fact, the funny thing is I actually took that down to Life Cycle Building Center and donated it. And then a couple years later, when it hadn't sold, they gave it back to me. So unhoarded and then rehoarded. I'm sorry, unstashed and then restashed. Alright, so the window is in. That's pretty much how I envisioned it, which is exciting. I've been saving that blue plexiglass for a long time, as well as the tough board. The windows for my house arrived on a pallet and they had that tough board screwing them down. So I saved it, of course, for something just like this. In fact, I've been thinking about using it for a window for a long time, as well as that piece of shower glass. So it's very gratifying for me to get that finished. You know, I haven't added any principles to the wall in the last couple weeks. I've really been focusing on finishing what I've started. But I do have some more to add, I think, in the coming weeks. We'll think a little bit more philosophically about this project versus just getting stuff done. It is important to get stuff done though. So I still need to finish framing out above the window, and I'll do that in a future video. Make the connection with the roof line, and then finish doing the sheathing on that. And then of course there'll be siding on the outside. So you may know that I normally release a video on Saturday in addition to this video on Wednesday, and I've been able to do that because of the COVID-19 situation. I'm working from home, and so as a freelancer I'm able to be flexible with my time. So however, it has been difficult to produce 2 videos a week in addition to my other work, especially as I've been moving away from cleaning things up and getting into projects that require me to build something. And I'm excited about that. That's obviously what I want to be doing back here, is making things, building things, but it has complicated the production schedule. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to continue to produce videos about this series, and I'm going to continue to do my edited DIY videos. However, I'm going to post them both on Saturday, one week and then the next. So instead of doing 2 videos a week, I'm going to do 1 video a week. One week I'll be working on the stash, thank you, and then the next week I'll be doing an edited video on DIY. And I might stack up 2 stash videos in a row depending on the production timeline of my other videos. So I hope you understand the adjustments to this production schedule, but you strike me as pretty cool people, so I'm sure you do understand. So thanks for the support you've given me in this project. It's been a lot of fun trying to take back control of the stash here, and I'm excited to see a lot of this stuff coming to fruition, and I hope you are enjoying watching the process as well. Alright, so we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.